Hello, hey guys, this is John PI here, and today I wanted to talk about Monero and whether you should buy Monero now or whether you should just buy and hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been pretty on fire right now. Bitcoin's been constantly making gains. Today alone, it had already gone up. If we look at Bitcoin today, just in the past 24 hours or so. I know earlier this morning when I woke up, I was looking at roughly $990, $985, and then at some point today it had reached $1,034. So I mean, it had jumped up 40, 50 bucks in a single day, which is a huge gain. So here, I mean, you can see if I just look at the past 2 days here. Where's January 2nd? So maybe a little over 24 hours ago. I mean, maybe within the past 36 hours, it has jumped up 50 bucks or so for Bitcoin. So there's definitely money to be made in buying and holding Bitcoin. But at the same time, I'm also watching roughly, I don't know, I see that Monero has jumped up from 12 bucks to like $16. Earlier this week, Monero was at 10 bucks. If we go to 1 week on the Monero charts, here we can see that Monero was at $10 roughly, and now it's up to $16. And one of my YouTube viewers had made the comment that it's not too late to buy Monero and that Monero could possibly go to 100 bucks. And actually, from everything that I am seeing on Monero and the chatter that I'm seeing from people that are interested in cryptocurrency, it seems that there's a lot of people that are really liking Monero. Monero is gaining some popularity also as well. However, I was a bit reluctant to advise any of my viewers to go rush out and buy Monero because I know that it's more volatile than Bitcoin. I can say with confidence that any of my viewers who go out and buy Bitcoin, they're not going to lose their whole entire investment. I can say that with complete confidence unless something major happens with Bitcoin in the news. Their investments with Bitcoin is relatively safe. Yes, Bitcoin is going to price fluctuate. There's going to be fluctuations. Prices go up, prices go down. That's just the nature of the beast. Okay? But relatively speaking, Bitcoin at this point in time is stable. Okay? You're not going to see an 80% devaluation in Bitcoin unless something major happens within the Bitcoin community. Okay? The same cannot be said for some of these other altcoins. These other altcoins are very volatile, and you can see swings of 50 to 60, 70% in a single day sometimes. It just really depends, and I don't want to steer any of my viewers into making investments that are highly risky, no matter how much I believe that they are going to continue on an uptick. I realize that some of these people are going to be possibly taking their children's college funds, or they're going to be taking funds that are highly leveraged, and they're going to be doing things that maybe they should not be doing. And I held back, and I in that last video, I had said, don't go and buy Monero right now at this time. And the only reason I said that was mostly just because I knew that, okay, it was already at $10 and now it's already gained $5. The price was at 10, it jumped to 15. I knew that, okay, the all-time high was at like 15. So I knew that there was going to be a price correction coming. I knew that there was going to be a sell-off. And sure enough, later that day, there was a sell-off, and it dropped back down to 12. Okay, so if I had at that time told all of my viewers, go out and go buy Monero, they would have went out, bought Monero, and a few hours later, boom, it would have dropped $3, and they'd have been like, John P.I., I just lost this money. You told me go buy Monero. Okay, so this is the situation that I'm in, where I want to give advice, but I need to do so in such a way that um, is I'm trying to keep the best interests of other people in mind as well. I realize how some people think, and you know, we all have different risk tolerance. Um, for some people, for them to take $1,000 and tell them to go and buy Bitcoin is very, very risky. For other people, you tell them go and take $200,000 and go and buy Bitcoin, and they're on it like that. They do it right away. They just know. Okay. So that's the situation. There are some people out there right now who I guarantee you have a house that's paid for, and they're taking out loans against their house so that they can go and buy Bitcoin. That's highly leveraged. I mean, if Bitcoin should tank, then you would lose your house. Now, I don't think Bitcoin's going to tank. Actually, I think Bitcoin's going to $2,000-$3,000 per Bitcoin in 2017. I don't see anything stopping Bitcoin right now at this particular moment. I think Bitcoin is a very safe investment, and I also think Monero is a safe investment. But Monero is going to be more risky. It's going to be more volatile. There's a higher chance that Monero will decline in value as opposed to Bitcoin. Now, with that said, I believe that Monero is going to keep on making gains, but Monero is going to be more volatile. And I just need to, when I'm making these videos, I need to be very careful in some of the advice that I give, because I don't want to see people losing their life savings. I know what it feels like to lose $50,000. I've been there. I've done it before. Okay, it does not feel good. It really is like a punch in the stomach when you lose that kind of money, and I just don't want to see people in that sort of situation. Okay. However, after he's making this comment, even before he made this comment, I was already going to start making some long positions in Monero, because I can also foresee Monero is going to probably go to 50 to 100 bucks. Okay. However, I don't have a crystal ball. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I always try to keep this in mind. I mean, these cryptocurrencies are highly speculative. So I need to be very careful with some of the advice that I give out in my videos. Now, currently, right now, as we're speaking, the price of Bitcoin is dropping. Okay? Now, it is going up to a high of $1,034, and right now it is dropped big time. You see this? Look at this. Okay? Now, I'm not going to panic. Okay? I know that this is a price correction right now because Bitcoin has climbed 50 bucks within the past 36 hours, and this is a price correction. This is to test the all-time high. There was a lot of us that already knew as soon as Bitcoin got to a price of $1,000 that there was going to be a big sell-off. And sure enough, here it is right now. It's happening right now. Okay? Now, it just dropped roughly, it was at an all-time high of $1,034 for today. Well, I don't think this is an all-time high. I think the actual all-time high was, 1,100 and some change or something like that, if you go way back several years ago. But in recent terms, right now, this is the $1,034 is an all-time high. Okay? Now, I see Bitcoin is tanking right now. but I'm not going to panic. I know Bitcoin is a solid, stable market, and this is going to rebound within just probably a few hours. Right now, there's a big major sell-off. People are all taking their profits, and there's a big major sell-off right now. But I can almost guarantee you, within a few hours, this will be right back up to probably $1,020 or so. Okay, people are going to start piling back in and buying in at the cheaper price. Okay, see here, you can see they're starting to come in now. Okay, so this is the point that I'm trying to make. I know that when I give some advice in my videos, there's going to be people that are going to take my advice and do the right thing, and then there's going to be other people out there who are going to take the advice or misconstrue my advice and get it twisted or interpret it a different way than what I actually had meant, or they are going to highly leverage themselves into a cryptocurrency that is highly volatile, and I just don't want to see that happen. I know what's at risk, and I know that there's going to be people that are going to do things that maybe they shouldn't be doing. And then they're going to come back to me and they're going to start posting comments on my YouTube channel saying, well, John, you told me to go buy Monero and I bought in at $15 and now I dropped back down to 12. Well, I mean, you got in at the wrong time. You buy the dips. Always buy the dips. So here right now we see Bitcoin on a big dip. This is a time to go and buy Bitcoin. Okay, you don't buy when it's high. Buy the dips. Okay, you wait for the market correction. Buy the dips, get in when it's low. So right now there's a big major dip, and what do we see? We see a bunch of people buying back in on Bitcoin. It had already just dropped down to like $996, and what do you know? Now it's going back up to 1,007 already. Okay, I can almost guarantee you with absolute certainty that within a few hours you go back and you're going to check on the price of Bitcoin and it's going to be right back up to $1,020. Okay, I guarantee that's going to happen right now. All right. But I need to be very careful with the advice that I give in the videos. I'm currently right now trying to get my father to go and buy some Bitcoin. You know, my father is 60 years old, and I'm trying to tell him to go and buy $150,000 worth of Bitcoin. He won't do it. I know he won't do it. Okay, he's considering putting some money into it. He might put in maybe 20 grand or something like that, but he will not take 150 grand and go and put it all into Bitcoin. Why? He comes from a poor man's mentality. He's a saver. He is not an investor. He doesn't know anything about trading or stuff like that. He leaves it all up to his financial advisors, so his financial advisors can screw him up the ass, and he don't even know it. He thinks, okay, well, this is just the way it is, and you know, he just sees, okay, well, the stock market's at an all-time high. Well, I guess what? That's your time to get out, buddy. That's your time. When the news and the media is all saying, oh, the stock market's at all-time highs, it's at 20,000 on the Dow. Okay? Hello? It's time for you to sell. You think it's going to last forever? What goes up must come down. Okay? But sometimes people are very stubborn. You can tell them, you can give them advice, and you can tell them, and they are either going to take your advice and they're going to do the right thing, or they're not going to take your advice and they're going to wish they had. This is just human nature. This is just how humans are. Okay? My own father, he won't listen to me. You know, he'll consider it, and you know, he's contemplating, but he's scared. I get it. I understand. You know, as much as I know he's making the wrong choice and he should be taking everything he has and putting it into some Bitcoin, He won't do it. Okay? For some people, they grow accustomed to old habits, and these habits can be hard to break. It's a lot to ask of somebody to go and say, hey, go and spend $150,000 and go and buy this new cryptocurrency. It's going to be, as big of a name as Google in 5 years. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe, and I get it. But at the same time, I see the writing on the wall. Now there's a lot of folks out there that are buying into Bitcoin. They're speculating on the value of Bitcoin, and they're putting their faith and their dollars into Bitcoin. Why? Because they're losing confidence in the US dollar. Okay? What is the US dollar? It's paper. It's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. The only reason it has any value is because the people believe in it. Okay? Well, these people are now converting over to Bitcoin. A lot of people are now starting to pile into Bitcoin. My own father is reluctant to go and buy into Bitcoin. No matter how many times I tell him that this is the right thing that you need to be doing, you are making yourself poor, you're leaving money on the table, it doesn't click. He's playing it safe. He's scared to lose his money. I understand. Honestly, I get it. But at some points, I just want to grab him and shake him, and but I can't do that. No matter how much I know that this is the right choice for him to make, what options do I have? I mean, we all have times in our lives where sometimes you have a tough time in your life, and you just wish that you suspect maybe that there's people in your life who's probably observing that you were having some tough times, and they wanted to come and talk to you about it, but they were scared to bring it up to you because they didn't want it to blow up in their face or something like that, or this is one of those times. It's like I'm telling him, okay, look, you need to go and buy some Bitcoin. He won't do it. I mean, he'll consider it. I mean, he's considering it right now. But every time I approach him, it's like, oh, well, I'm almost scared to even talk to him about it because I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring him. But at the same time, he needs to be pressured a little bit, because at the end of the day, I know that come at the end of 2017, when Bitcoin is at $2,000, I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, damn, Dad, well, how much Bitcoin did you buy? Well, if you would have just put in this much instead, you would have made this much. I told you. It's just the way people are. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. For those of you out there who have slightly higher risk tolerances, go and buy some Monero. Start holding Monero long term. Monero is going to be a lot more volatile. It's going to have larger price fluctuations. Okay? Buy the dip. Make sure you're buying low. Alright? Don't go when you start seeing Monero climb. Don't go and buy then. Wait for it to drop a little bit, then buy. Okay? Because most likely, if you're buying at the top of the climb, there will be a price correction and it will drop back down. And then you're going to be sitting there thinking like, shit, did I make the right decision? I know what that feels like. I've been in that seat before. Okay? As I said before, I've lost $50,000 before, not on cryptocurrencies, okay, on other business investments that I've done in the past that have nothing to do with cryptocurrencies, but the loss is still the same. It still feels the same when you lose that kind of money, okay. So I'm going to wrap up this video. If you're going to go and buy Bitcoin, your investment is going to be safe with Bitcoin. Just while I was recording this video, we've already witnessed a price correction here. We see it in a big dip here on Bitcoin. And earlier in the video, I had said just come back here a few hours later and it's going to be right back up to $1,020. Well, what do you know? It's already at $1,017.96. All right. Give it another hour or two, it'll be right back up to 1,020. All right. Your investments are going to be safe in Bitcoin. All right. There's going to be ups and downs in Bitcoin. All right. Just roll with the punches. Don't get paranoid when you see a big drop or a big sell-off in Bitcoin. All right. Just keep holding. Just keep holding the Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going anywhere, and I can certainly see that Bitcoin's probably going to about $2,000 per Bitcoin by the end of 2017, if not more. All right. Now these other altcoins, Ethereum and Zcash and Monero and Ethereum Classic and Litecoin. Now these are all going to be far more volatile. All right. With these other altcoins, you need to exercise a hell of a lot more caution. All right. Be very, very careful with the amount of money that you're putting into these altcoins. All right, because they are very volatile and you can lose some money overnight very quickly. All right. However, Bitcoin, you're not going to lose 80% of your investment. If you go and you took $100,000 and you put it all into Bitcoin, okay, you're not going to lose $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 or anything like that. All right, it may go up and down. You may see a devaluation of maybe $1,000, $2,000 or so. Not on the actual price though. And what I'm saying is, I got to make sure I'm getting this right. So if, say, for example, a person went and they bought $100,000 worth of Bitcoin right now, today, all right, I'm saying to you that your Bitcoin investment is going to be safe. I don't see anything happening right now in the near-term future happening with Bitcoin at this particular time, all right? I see that the price is just going to fluctuate, 20, 30, 40 bucks in a day, here and there. It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, all right? But overall, I predict that this thing is going to keep on gaining as it has been for the past 7, 8 months now, okay? That is my stance on Bitcoin, all right? So if you are highly leveraged and you're putting your money into Bitcoin, you should be able to sleep at night, all right? You shouldn't have to really be worried about, okay, am I going to wake up tomorrow morning and I lost 80%? Or, I put in $100,000 into Bitcoin and I woke up the next day and now I've only got $20,000 left. That's not going to happen, okay? Unless there's something really, really major that happens within Bitcoin news, that's not going to happen at this stage of Bitcoin's development, all right? For those of you who are a bit more risk tolerant, I am suggesting to go and buy Monero, but don't put in more than you can lose. Okay? Don't go putting in all of your life savings into Monero. All right? Put in what you can afford to lose because it is highly volatile. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with Monero. Okay? I think it's going to go to $100. It could very well go to 0. Okay? Who knows?